I'm not exactly sure what a nonprofit organization is. I know that they use their revenue to meet their goals, and they don't exactly use their profits for dividends, but that's about it. I'm not exactly sure how I'm affected by a nonprofit or exactly what all it takes or who runs it, but that's what I'm hoping to learn in this class.
Working with the nonprofit that I'm with now, I'm hoping that this class is going to help me really help them get some organization.
Online I saw that Dr. Brudney was teaching class, and I've heard he's a very interesting individual. And I heard that it'd be very fun to get involved. I was looking for an internship or a way to get involved here in the summer.
I hope to gain a lot of experience and then kind of, see if I actually want to work for a nonprofit when I graduate.
I'm really more of an open journal, so to speak. Because like I said, I don't know too much about the topic. I'm really eager to learn everything about them. Yeah.
A nonprofit organization is an organization that kind of fills in the gaps where government and private business can't really effectively reach.
I think they're more fulfilling than working for, something else. If you're working for a nonprofit, it's usually something you're interested in, don't mind doing for a while.
I have aspirations of being able to direct an artistic or cultural institution, so I really want to be able to take, as much as I can from how to be an effective leader, a fearless leader, and one that advocates change.
When I was recruited to the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, it was all about innovation. It was all about doing things new, better, and differently. So as we began thinking about the course I would teach this summer, I invented this course called Nonprofit Leadership Experience. And the idea was to give the students the best of the academic world, which we do through traditional learning tools like books and lectures and discussion and group exercises. But we also wanted to place these students in organizations in the community where they could carry out real projects of need to those organizations.
I expect to come away from this class with a better understanding of nonprofit organizations, how they work, which ones are out there, who they represent, what their goals are.
The project that I did was a grant proposal, and there was a very specific segment on writing proposals. There are sections that should be in every grant proposal. Those were, the actual format was something that I learned in class and that I brought right to the job. The material, it varies depending where you're at, what your goals are, but the format is always the same. So having that skeleton in the back of my mind and then being able to flesh it out on my own, I really felt like I had the tools I needed to do the job that they asked me to. It made me feel pretty confident.
Well, I had known about the place through my other internship with Bellamy Mansion, so I knew they were out here. And then it was just part of the kind of a list of organizations that reached out to Dr. Brudney and Natasha that said that they needed, help out here, wanted to develop. And so just looking over that, I knew it fell in line with my interest working with historic preservation and museums. Also, whenever we developed our mission, vision, and values in the classroom, learning how those things need to be made helps here because I really designed those things for the organization as well. And so being able to see, what the basic, best practices are, the best way to do that, what they're looking for, helped me come over here and do it for them.
Okay, the t-shirts cost $683.75.
$683.75.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna say that's gonna be the cost for the 5K t-shirts and for the car show t-shirts for next year.
That's good.
I think that I've just really learned the importance of transparency when you're working for a nonprofit. Having everything very laid out, very organized, and in a way that you can just look at everything. There's no hidden costs, there's no misleading titles. Everything is very upfront, and I think that's really important for any public organization.
So I mean, I grew up in the boys club. That's where I played all my youth sports. Went all to their summer programs throughout my childhood, and so I knew it was something that I wanted to be involved in. Just like they said in class, you gotta love what the mission statement and what your nonprofit does. And the more I've gotten involved with the boys club, it's taken on that aspect as well. The big thing that I've carried over from the class is asking for help and finding resources. Him bringing in so many different people and giving us so many different opinions on a lot of the topics, that really made me feel a lot more comfortable. That and speaking with everybody that stayed during lunch and stuff like that made me a lot more comfortable asking my coworkers, what do I do?
The idea is that we'd like this model of engagement with the university, where we provide academic learning and the community provides projects that help students extend their learning objectives and at the same time meet the goals of those organizations. Today is a celebration and a recognition of the great work these students have done in the community. What the students are doing today is bringing together in their projects the academic learning that I was able to provide and their experiential learning that they gained from working with nonprofit organizations in the community.
We invited the nonprofit community, we invited the organizations which hosted the students, and we invited the university academic community to see the fine projects these students had completed.
I do think it's beneficial to the students to be out and see in the real world what's happening, hands-on experience. But I won't say more important, but equally as important is the benefit to these organizations from the work that these young people have done. And I mean, I saw some really neat stuff that they have done, and these organizations needed the help. And it's great that they were able to get some high-quality help, in my opinion, from volunteers that stepped in. And those volunteers will carry something away when they leave from having done it.
I think today's gone great. The community seemed excited to talk to us, find out what all our projects were about, ask us questions about what we've been doing. It was good to be able to show the community what Dr. Grundy's vision was and how it all has come together.
Out of a class that gave so much to its students, I think it's really important to give back and really highlight the work that Natasha and Dr. Grundy have done and make sure we secure classes like this and expand programs like this throughout the community.
Obviously, like everyone else, I thought it went well. I was really interested in how everybody who came from the community was looking at everybody's boards, not just standing up next to the person that did their organization. I thought that was really nice of them to show legitimate interest in everybody's projects.
It's much more rewarding to present to the public about a project that you've done versus just a class, because with a class, everybody's just waiting for you to be over and done with it, and it might be kind of interesting, but with the public really seeing what you're doing, they're interested in the work that you've done, you're proud of the work that you've done, and you know that it's not just for a grade, you know that you helped out in some way if the public is willing to come and sit down.
We view, and this class was trying to promote, the idea that this education is to be of service to our communities. So we tried to move beyond the classroom to give the students actual experiences that would take advantage of what we could offer in the classroom and apply it to the nonprofit organizations that need that help and assistance.
I think the best way to affect change is to work locally, at first at least, and to try to make an impact in your own life. as well as in others. Because if you start to make a change in your own life or in your friend's life, then eventually it grows.
Wilmington's got a lot of nonprofit groups. They serve, a range of different things, from health to education to cultural development.
People would be doing these things whether nonprofit organizations exist or not. I have no doubt in my mind that the executives that were in the Boys Club, I know, would be helping kids somehow, some way, whether the Boys Club was there or not.
I actually had to sit down, and I wasn't like, okay, I'm just trying to get an A. I was trying to get money for this organization that was going to help people in my community. So my work was hinging on helping people. So that actually kind of made me work harder. I grew as a person. I have more appreciation for nonprofits. I really wasn't too informed about nonprofits in general coming into the class. Now that's leaving it, I have a whole new appreciation for them. And my friends always ask me, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And it feels good to be able to explain to them. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually helping people and doing things. And I feel like that is made me mature a little bit more since the onset of the class. And I believe it's going to go on to affect me profoundly when I actually do get into my career.